Okay guys, so now we're going to be looking at our problem set and trying to get started so you can remember how to do these problems. So number one wants us for each length that is given below, you can see the lengths right there, we are going to draw a line segment to match it. Earlier we were using our centimeters and our rulers. We don't have to do that this time. This time you can kind of just guess it, okay? So the first one has 2.6. So I'm going to draw my first line to be 2 centimeters, just like before. We're going to do our whole centimeters first and then our fractions. So here, let's call that 2 centimeters. Thumbs up once you have that. Good. I see several of you have your thumbs up. And now I'm going to put in my 0.6. Now, real quickly, what I've been doing before, and I still think it's a good idea, if this is confusing to you, just remember what the 0.6 actually means. So you know that this is technically 2 plus, what is the 0.6, everybody? 6/10. So if it helps you, write that down so that you can see that it is really just 2 6/10, so that you're not confused by the decimal. It doesn't freak you out at all. You're just focusing on what you know. So I know that this is 2 centimeters, and now I'm going to add 6/10, which is going to be about that. So I'm going to put 0.6, and I'm also going to put 6/10 beneath it. Thumbs up when you have that done. We've basically drawn a line segment that is 2 6/10 centimeters long, but we segmented it so that we have the whole centimeters first, and then we have the fraction of a centimeter. Okay, thank you. So then it says express each measurement as an equivalent mixed number. So we know that this is 2 6/10 centimeters, or 2.6 centimeters. What would be the equivalent mixed number? We already wrote right here. What is our fraction, everybody? 6/10, right? So we know that 2.6 equals 2 plus 6/10, and we know that 2 plus 6/10 equals what? 2 6/10. Raise your hand if that makes sense to you. So the two numbers that they are really looking for you to have are 2.6 centimeters and 2 6/10 centimeters, because those are equivalent. Another word for equivalent is the same. What is another word for equivalent? The same. Good. We're going to move to the next question so that we can get one more practice on this before we move to the next type of question. So let's actually move down to a bigger number. Let's do letter D, 4.2 centimeters. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to look at this and say, what is 0.2 really mean, everybody? Well, 0.2, so we know it's 4 plus 0.2, but we also know 0.2 is what? 2/10. Good. So here are two ways to look at this. 4 plus 0.2 and 4 plus 2/10. Does everybody feel good? Okay, so now I'm going to do my line segment just like last time, and I'm going to go ahead this time and I'm actually going to segment it into tenths, just so you guys can kind of see, just pretending that we actually had our ruler here, okay? So if this was 0, and I'm going to start putting in my tenths. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10 is a little longer, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10. What's this? 1 whole. Thank you. I'm going to put in my tenths again. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and what is this? 2 wholes. Good. I'm going to make this 0 a little longer. And then we've got 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, 1 whole or 3 wholes. Good. I need to go a little longer here. Then we've got 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, 10/10, which is 4 wholes. And I might not get to the end here, but as long as I have a few, we'll be okay. 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, and if we had more space, it would continue going on. Yes. Okay, continuing on. Yes. If you would like to take your name tags home tonight, that is fine, so that you can use your rulers. Kaylin. If your whole number is 4, you're going to want to go up to 4 and a little bit farther. If your whole number is 5, you're going to want to go up to 5 and a little bit farther. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah. Okay, so now that I've gotten my little very uneven ruler down here, I'm going to put in my lines. So I know that I need to go all the way up to 4. So I'm going to draw a line from 0 to 4. And I'm going to put 4 centimeters below it. And then what am I adding in here, guys? 2/10. So I'm going to put that in here. Basically, there's 1/10 here. 2/10 would be there. So it goes from there to there. And that would be 2/10. What's another way to write that, everybody? We have 2 over 10. What else can we say as a decimal? 0.2. Do you see how I've written it both ways? The more you write it both ways, the more you'll remember what the equivalent fractions and decimals are. Do you understand? Okay, so now if I was going to write that all together, it would be either 4.2 or it would be 4 and what? 2/10. Now remember, this is actually asking you guys to put in the equivalent fraction and the equivalent decimal. So you draw the line. That's the first part of the question right here. By drawing that line right there, I answered the first part of the question, and by writing my equivalent decimal and fraction, that was the second part of the question. Does everybody understand? Okay, continuing on, we only have a couple of minutes. Let's look at number 2 because this is the next thing they want us doing. It says write the following as equivalent decimals and then model and rename the number as shown below. So for example, they give us 2 ones, that's 2 wholes, and 6/10. So I'm going to use my highlighter to color these in, and I know that 2 wholes would basically be this entire thing here. That's 1 whole. Does everybody agree? Okay, and here's another whole. My coloring not so nice, but you guys get the idea, right? Okay, but now, what else do they want us to put in? 6/10. So 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. Once I've gotten to that point, I'm going to color it in a little better. Now, if you're using a pencil or a darker pen, you don't want to color too dark because you'll lose your lines, but you get the idea here, right? Okay, so then what they've shown us is they've put 2 and 6/10, and they initially wrote it as a fraction that we're very familiar with, right? That equals 2 plus 6/10. You see it right there, yes? Then they went from there and they wrote it in a decimal addition problem. They said 2 plus 6/10 is the same as 2 plus 0.6. Does everybody understand that? Yes. And then they know that from there, they have 2.6. Does everybody feel good? Good. So what I would write in this line is that 2 ones and 6/10 equals 2 and 6/10, and that equals 2.6, also known as 2 and 6/10. All right, guys, so that's basically what we're doing, and hopefully it recorded. I can't tell if it did. We're going to find out. It does not show anything, so I don't know. All right, we're going to go to recess, and I'm going to try to figure it out.